everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mish the Dorky Reader, and today's video is my November TBR jar video. I'm really excited. November is my birthday month and I'll be turning 42 this year, and I've already gotten my wish, which was that I have lost 60 pounds since last year November. So yay! Good job me. I'm really proud of that. Next year I hope to lose 40 more, and then my grand total will be at least 100 pounds down from where I started, and not a lot of people in the world can say they've lost 100 pounds, so I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, that was my weight loss update, and now on to the fun stuff. A couple things. This time around, my kids are already at school. This is the only time I have to make this video, so they're not gonna be pulling the prompts this time. It'll be just me. My goal is to have about 10 books on my TBR again, because I really enjoyed doing that last month. It gave me a lot more books to choose from when I was feeling kind of like, oh, I thought I'd like reading this, but I think I'm more in the mood for this. And I don't know, it just opened up more doors for me. So I'm gonna do it again. I think 10 is a great number, and it's more fun to watch all the different prompts being pulled. So with that said, let's get started with the TBR jar video. Okay, here we go. I have a couple books I'm really looking forward to. I hope I can find a way to put them on my list. They're sequels to books I've read previously, so I want to kind of continue with those series. So we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Okay, first prompt is a middle grade. I don't know if you can see it because my face is in the screen, but a middle grade. Okay, I think I can do that, because honestly, I'm a little behind on my reading goal for the year. I'm supposed to read at least 60 books in a year. That was my goal for myself, and I'm, according to Goodreads, about 3 or 4 books behind. So a middle grade will be a great option. Looking at my carts, I do have a few options. I know I have this one here. I'm gonna pull this up. And middle grades. Do I have enough for middle grade? I don't think that's a middle grade. This one is though. Ooh. Okay, so I have with me 2 middle grades to choose from. This one is the 3rd book in the Ascendance saga or series. It's by Jennifer A. Nielsen. I've read the False Prince, and what was the second one called? The Runaway King. And now this is the 3rd one called The Shadow Throne. So I am very interested in finishing up this series. This would be a great choice for me. Another book I have though is The Whisper Wicks, The Labyrinth of Lost and Found. And this middle grade was recommended by one of my favorite booktubers. Peruse Project is what she goes by. I really love watching her videos, and I really value her opinions on books. She has great taste. So anyway, she really enjoyed this one, and I feel like the moodiness of this one, because it's kind of eerie and a little bit darker for middle grade, would be perfect for this time of year. So I am also really interested in reading this one. Ooh, but which one? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like I should choose this one, so I'm going to. I'm going to choose The Shadow Throne, because then it'll help me move forward with that series, and I definitely need more help getting through the series. My cat just crawled into a cabinet back there. Howl! Get out of there! Get out of there! You don't want to be in there. Hold on. Okay, so now that he's out of the cupboard, he doesn't usually chew wires or anything, but I didn't want today to be the day that he decided to go into the electronics cupboard and chew wires, so I got him out. Anyway, regardless, I have The Shadow Prince as my very first book for a middle grade. All right, prompt number 2. I love the colors of these papers. I got origami folding paper, and that's what I used. And I think it just looks really colorful and fun. Okay, this one says, oh, I can't choose this one. It says Heidi's Choice. So this one will have to be for next month when I have the kids do it again. Okay, this one's yellow. It says, a book featuring dragons. Dun da da da. All right, let's find a book with dragons. I know there are probably several here already, but I'm not that familiar with some of the worlds, so I'm not sure which ones have dragons and which ones don't have dragons. I don't know if it really counts. It's just like I haven't met the dragon yet, but there is a dragon in this story, and it's a sequel to a book that I've been reading, and I really, really, really want to read it. Okay, I'm gonna choose, and this is a spoiler for my what I did read in October. I ended up reading Shadow of a Fox, and in that story there is this magical dragon that appears every I don't know how long, and you need these pieces of a scroll to make a wish or something. So there is a dragon in the world, and this is the book 2. It's called Soul of the Sword by Julie Kagawa. I am obsessed. I absolutely devoured book 1. It was so good. It really gave me like Samurai Champloo vibes, like two like fighting swordsman type people kind of escorting this half kitsune girl on a quest, and I don't know, it just feels very cool, very like, I don't know, it's everything my heart wanted. So I'm definitely reading book 2, and this is the perfect excuse for me to read it and choose it. So I'm really glad I pulled something that I could apply to it. Okay, cool. Book 3, here we go. That one is definitely getting read, by the way. Like, there is no way it's not. I mean, there is no way. It'll be the first one I choose. Okay, another yellow one. All right. A book with printed edging. So that'll be fun. I need to find smaller books if I can, because like I said, I'm behind on my thing, but we'll see, what has printed edging that I am interested in reading. Something with printed. I'm not gonna do just plain colors. I'm gonna do like colors with things on it. I feel like that's more fun. And I know I have some in my cupboards too. Should I probably go check in my room for my sequel shelf? Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some books and I'll bring them here. Okay, so as you can see, I think I buy too many books with printed edges because there's way too many to choose from. They're all really pretty looking, and I'm excited about each and every one of these. So it's gonna be really hard to choose. What am I gonna do? Okay, so I have this. I have Legendborn, which I'm really excited to get into. I've been in a kind of a King Arthur-y mood. I feel like that would feel really good. And I believe this is some kind of like a Knights of the Round Table or King Arthur legend, whatever, that kind of a retelling. And it'll also be a YA, which is cool, and an urban fantasy. So it's set, I think, in modern times. And I feel like I'm just in the mood for that. Something really fast-paced, really like easy to read and fun. And I don't know, it just looked really good. But it is starting a new series. But I guess a lot of these are starting a new series. It does look to be on the thicker side. However, because it's YA, I'm not sure if it'll be that hard to read. I might be able to blow through it. Okay, the next one I have is City of Stardust, which I think has probably, oh God, I gotta close my eyes or something so you can see it because my camera is weird. But yes, one of the prettiest sprayed edges ever. I feel like this one, let me see how long it is. It's about 342 pages, so it's not that bad. I'm not sure if it's part of a series or if it's a standalone. I haven't looked into it. Then I have the Jasad Air, which I've heard nothing but good things about, and it really, really, I feel like would be good for me to read. Like, but again, so many, it's like all these really thick ones, and I'm trying to like round up the year. Same thing for this one, the Raven Scholar. Everyone says it's fantastic, but it's huge, and I'm trying so hard to catch up, and I don't know if I can with all these bigger books. Then there's House of the Beast, which is gorgeous as well. And I believe it's like a story about a girl who makes a bargain with a demon or something and like trades her arm for vengeance. I don't know, it sounds good. And then there's A Song to Drown Rivers, which I've heard is a little bit sad or tragic or something. So it's kind of put me off from reading it. However, I've also heard it's incredible. Jamie Falk, who has her own YouTube channel, is a fantastic reader, and this is one of her biggest recommendations. So that also is exciting. Ooh, page-wise, it's not that long. Should I read this one this month? Am I gonna cry? Maybe. I don't know if I wanna cry. I'm kind of a baby. This is another one. I got this one recently at Barnes & Noble's, and it was kind of like in the new releases, and the cover is what sold me. I totally bought it because of the cover. Look at that. I've been watching a lot of Chinese dramas, and this totally screams to me like beautiful Chinese fantasy with a love triangle. So, The Nightblood Prince. It has a great name. I feel like that would be really romantic and fun. Then I also have Red City by Mary Lou, who wrote Legend, I believe is the name of it. I read it so long ago, but it was a really, really good dystopian type book, and I need to reread it, honestly. So maybe before I read Red City, I should reread it? No. This is a whole different thing, and it should be on its own. So there's that, and it's a Book of the Month book, which, like I said in previous videos, I need to read more of my Book of the Month editions. And the last one I have is The Scorpion Queen, which is like an African-based fantasy, I believe. And I think this is probably one of my prettiest books I have. I absolutely love the inside with the gold. I'm a Scorpio, so all the scorpion stuff is really cool. And I think she's gorgeous. So there's that. And I believe this one features like this girl. Does she do something? Like, I want to say she's protecting another girl somehow. Oh gosh, I don't know. I've got to think about this real quick. Okay, so my top two contenders, or three, I'll pick three. The three I think I'm most interested in this month are Legendborn. I really, really feel like I want to get into this book. The Nightblood Prince, again, I'm totally in that mood lately with all my Chinese dramas, reading something that matches what I'm always visualizing. And then there's A Song to Drown Rivers, which comes really highly recommended. And yeah, this page count's really nice. I believe, is this based on a true legend of a great beauty in China? She infiltrates, she's hired or recruited by someone like a general or something to infiltrate an enemy kingdom, I believe, or something along those lines. So, she said it was so good, and it's short. But then there's the Nightblood Prince too. You know what? I'm gonna trust Jamie and go with A Song to Drown Rivers, because I think this could be really good, and it's short, and that's exactly what I'm going for. So, a book with printed edging, and it has, is it little flowers on the side here? I mean, I've got to close my face again so you can see it. But yeah, something like that. It's really pretty. It's a beautiful cover. Okay, that's book 3. All you guys have to go to the side, and I'm going to put you away later, which will be a pain in the butt. Okay, number 4. Dun, da, da, da. Don't look. Oh, it's raining outside. It's really pretty out and quiet. It's like quiet rain. I love that kind of rain. Another yellow one. A paperback on your TBR cart. So I have The Spy and I, which is like kind of a romantic comedy action-packed spy thing, I believe, which is actually something I'm into. So I've heard though that this one is not so great, but I'd be willing to give it a try and maybe, you know, shuffle it out. I also have, again, another rom-com. This one is with like a bounty hunter, I believe, and it's called My Killer Vacation. And I believe they're solving a murder or something. So that's a good option for me if I'm interested. I also have I Who Have Never Known Men. Now I'm already including a pretty serious, well, I guess there's fun in that, but there's that Song to Drown Rivers, which is supposedly going to be kind of heart, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's going to make me sad a little bit. So I'm not sure. I feel like this one also will make me sad. And it's called I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. And I believe it's a, is it dystopian, or I'm not sure what it is, but some kind of fiction, and probably a feminist viewpoint. I believe a bunch of women who have never known anything except living in this underground thing together 39 women live imprisoned in a cage. Ugh, it's even worse. Watched over by guards, the women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only a vague recollection of their lives before. As the burn of electric light merges day into night, the numberless years pass, and a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. Soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above ground. So, it's supposedly very good. But again, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that kind of emotional pain. If I'm gonna read one, I could put one in. I don't know if I can do two. This is another one. This is a horror novel, I believe. And this is the time of year where that would be okay. I've only ever read one other horror novel in my life, and that was it. Because I was like, I'll try a Stephen King book. He's supposed to be the king of horror. And I read it, and it was creepy and kind of disturbing, but it wasn't like scary. And it was gross. There were some gross parts in it that I don't even want to think about. But that was like, I had no idea what I was getting into when I read it. But now I'd like to try like an actual horror novel. So this might be a good option for me. And I wonder if I should give it a go. It's called This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. So I love the cover. It's very psychedelic and weird. And I think it's short. It's like 245, 250 pages, but it's like small too. It's like a smaller book. It's an option. This one's huge, but I want to read it. It's called Anathema by Carrie Lake. I feel like I want to give it a try. It's a girl, I believe she's banished or something. She has to go into these dark woods, and like this person in the woods maybe takes care of her. I don't know exactly what's going on. But I think I'm going to pass on it. It's too big. I of course have Dreadful, which I've tried so many times to read and never do. Should I do it this time? Because that would be great. I have Red Riding Hood, a retelling. And I feel like this is the perfect time of year for Red Riding Hood story. November, October. Yes, actually that would be a really good option. The last one on my list is The Weary Traveler by A.K. Caggiano. I love A.K. Caggiano's Throne in the Dark series so very much. And I did start this a while ago, like a long time ago, and I really enjoyed what I read of it, but I had lost track of it because something else came out. So this one could be a really good option. It is like a creepy mansion in the middle of the woods kind of feeling. However, the creepy mansion ends up being a quirky kind of weird mansion full of found family and interesting characters. So that is exciting for me too. Looking at all these books, it's really hard to choose. My brain. I'm not doing Anathema. I'm probably not doing The Spy and I. I'm not gonna do I Who Have Never Known Men, even though it's probably really good. I think I'm leaning towards one of these four. What should I do to choose? I've tried Dreadful so many times and I keep failing. I honestly think that's what I should do, but I'm not gonna. Okay. I think I'm going to go with The Weary Traveler. I want to read another A.K. Caggiano. I think that I could get through this. It's not too long. It's like under 300 pages, is it? Yes, under 300 pages, which is a really good bonus. I do think the cover is kind of cringe. However, that's usually the case sometimes with some of the more independent authors. They get kind of like this, like, I'll sell it because I know there's romance in it, you know, so let's put some romance on the cover. But anyway, so that is my fourth pick. Wow, I've only done 4 and my video is so long already. Wow. Okay, we're gonna get through this. Next. Did I pick yellow again? This is my 4th yellow prompt. I'm gonna avoid yellow next time. Oh, good, I can't use it. It sounds bad, but it's true. Heidi picks for me. I think I picked that same one earlier. I think the prompt jar wants Heidi to be here. Okay, I should do it in front of you guys so it doesn't look like I'm cheating. This one's red. Heidi chooses between 3 options. Whoa! Like that's where I get to pick 3 and she picks one of the 3 I choose. Okay, green. A book that feels like summer. It's not summer, it's fall, and it's actually starting to finally feel like fall. Okay, a book that feels like summer, jeez. Okay, give me a minute and I will be right back. Okay, so I have returned. I have 2 books with me. I don't have a whole lot of summer reading, because I don't normally read a lot of romancy books that's usually what I associate with summertime. That or something with beaches or whatever. And I have 2 books that could kind of work for that. I have My Killer Vacation, which was mentioned earlier. And honestly, I do think that could be good because even though it's summer, there's a murder mystery involved, and I believe that'll kind of give me this November feeling a little bit. Also, on the back, there's definitely seashells. So I feel like that's gonna indicate that this vacation does take place on a beach. The other option I have is Remarkably Bright Creatures. The colors of this book alone give me summer. And also I believe it's a lady in an aquarium and she talks to an octopus and they are dealing with something, the mystery of her missing husband or something. I'm not exactly sure. I know that this one is on my Goodreads, the options they have for if you read this, you get a badge. So that's really putting me in the mood for maybe this one. However, this one is so much shorter and I feel would fit the vibe of November more, which is weird even though it's a summer book. I know that's weird to say, but that's actually honestly how I feel. So I think I'm gonna go with my 5th book being My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. Why won't you focus on it? It's right here. Look at this book. Don't look at me, look at the book. It's right here. Oh my gosh, it really doesn't want to. It sees me. Oh, there, okay. My camera's being weird. But there we go. So I'm gonna choose My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. Okay, that's 5 so far. 5 more to go. One of them I'm gonna be using my spinner to do a TBR, the Book of the Month spinner thing. I'm not gonna do the whole spinning gambit thing. I'm just gonna do jar pulls because I think it's more fun today. I don't know, I'm just feeling that. And then the other thing I'm doing is, my brain is not working. Just that Book of the Month spinner. Yeah, okay, anyway, here we go. I've got a red one. It says, choose between 3 Book of the Month spins. So even though I already am gonna do that anyway, it looks like I'm gonna be doing it twice. So come on, I'm right here. My camera doesn't want to focus today. It's being naughty. Naughty, naughty camera. All right, I'm gonna do that. Okay, here I am with my Book of the Month spinner and I'm going to spin this baby 3 times. Should I have the sound on? It is more fun with the sound. Okay, you're gonna see it because it's not blurry before I see it. And it says Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. Ooh, what a great first choice. Wow, okay, shuffle and spin again. The second choice is Divine Rivals. Oh my gosh, I'm getting the best ones. I don't know what to pick already. I'm really confused. Okay, we can do this. Shuffle, shuffle, and spin. So I have Hemlock and Silver and Divine Rivals, and the third option, I'm sorry, probably not gonna be as good. Let's see what it is Fate of the Fallen. Well, easily enough, even though it might be a very great book, I'm just not giving it a go. Fate of the Fallen, I'm just gonna rule out right away. I'm gonna choose between Divine Rivals, which I've been so excited to start because everyone says it's so good. However, I will say I have read one Rebecca Ross book and didn't care for it. It was between, I don't know, a lot of people really liked it. I didn't like it. So there's that to consider. And the other one was, why is my brain forgetting? Hemlock and Silver, which is over here, by T. Kingfisher, who I love, but again, her romance doesn't always hit for me. I love the story and I'm always really excited to see the adventure and I like the humor in her books a lot, but the romance usually doesn't hit for me when she doesn't. So I have Rebecca Ross, who I've heard great things about, but never really loved her work. Though people who don't like Rebecca Ross usually say they like this one. So this one feels more like fall though, doesn't it? It's November. Snow White it is. I have to read a Snow White retelling. That seems more appropriate, doesn't it? Okay, Hemlock and Silver, book 5 for November. Sorry, next time, okay? Next time, I promise. Okay, here we go. This one says, a book with a building or house on the cover. So let me get around to that and see what I can find. Why aren't you? See, again, it's not wanting to focus. Right there, buddy. Look at this writing. Zoom in on it. There we go. Okay. A book with a building or house on the cover. Oh, there's that one. Okay, I'll be back with more because if I do it while doing it, it's going to take up so much time on my video. Okay, so I have several options again. Some of them are repeats that you've seen me debate over. In this, the Nightblood Prince, as you can see, she has it in her crown. Again, wow, my camera. Very pretty. I have the Whisper Wicks right here, and there's this cool building stuff on the side. I have the Raven Scholar, but I don't think I can pull this off this month on top of everything else if I want to catch up. Maybe next month I'll get lucky. The City of Stardust. I have it on the sides here too, lots of buildings. And again, Dreadful, which always haunts me, but I never read. I think, honestly, to make my reading goals a dream come true, I'm gonna go with the middle grade. I'm gonna go with the Whisper Wicks. And I am looking forward to it. I feel like the mood of this book, this eerie kind of magical fantasy land that you explore in a kind of more childlike way, will be really perfect for me actually right now. Because I've been kind of craving, you know, I know like Harry Potter, like when you first discover that world and you go into Hogsmeade and whatever, and you're just like, wow, what is this new stuff? I want to experience that wonder, that kind of what is going on in here. And I believe he discovers something or he goes into a magical world in this one, so. Perfect, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more books to go. I think I'm gonna skip my book of the month spin since I just did it for one of my polls. Because I like this more. Okay. An author you've never read before. If it'll find it. There it goes. Okay, so I have my choice. I know this one's kind of like a little bit darker. It's a memoir. It's Nobody's Girl, a memoir of surviving abuse and fighting for justice by Virginia Roberts Guthrie. And I believe this goes over her experience with Jeffrey Epstein and that Prince guy. I don't even want to say his name. Anyway, it'll be kind of a little bit darker and harder to read, but I feel like I'm really interested in hearing her perspective from her own words, even though she's passed. So that's kind of, it's a serious book, but I feel like, and I've never really read a memoir before, so that's kind of, or is it memoir? Do they call this a memoir or? Yeah, it is a memoir. So that's what I'm gonna choose. That's my author I've never read before. So then that will get out of the way. Okay, 2 more, only 2 more. I need to get one that can fit my one book I really want to read. If not, I'm gonna pull again, like at the end for an 11th to just try and get it. This one says, random letter generator for an author's last name. Okay, we can do this. This will be fun. I'm curious to see what letter I get. Please don't be Z. Please don't be X. What do we have? What letter did we get? You tell me. M. Okay, this author's last name is M, correct? Okay, I'll be right back with some M's. Okay, so on these cards, because I didn't go looking off in the back bedroom, which maybe I should have, because maybe there was a sequel there for me, I found a couple options. One is, again, This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno, and this is that horror novel that I was showcasing. So there's that. There's also Marissa Meyer, who I just read all of the Lunar Chronicles books. I didn't read the two at the end. I do have them, but I think I'm ready to, for a minute anyway, take a break from Lunar Chronicles. I just finished all 4 of the main ones and start one of her other series. She has 2 here with me. I have Renegades, which is a really popular superhero kind of vibe, like superpower book. And then there's Gilded, which I think is kind of more fairy tale retelling again, but this one may be more close to in an actual fairy tale setting, not sci-fi. So, am I in the mood for superpowers or am I in the mood for castles and kingdoms? This book is pretty big. It's 499 pages or more. 500? It's 500 pages long. So there is that. This one isn't thin either. Oh yeah, it's pretty chunky. These are both really chunky, but I really like Marissa Meyer. What am I gonna do? I think what I'm gonna have to do, honestly, is I'm gonna go with the horror novel. I haven't really, like I said, read a lot of horror novels, so I'm curious to see if I'll actually get scared while reading this. So yay, these are good books right now. I've got 9 so far. A lot of them are on the smaller side, so I'm proud of myself for that. Hopefully I'll be able to push through more. And let's do, shall we do 11 total for November, just like I did 10 for October? I could do that in the last couple months and then do 12 for December. I won't do 1 in January, of course, but like, it'll be kind of neat, and then just come back down to a more reasonable number in the beginning of the year. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna do 2 more polls, because I really want that one book and I haven't gotten it yet. So here's for book 10. Book 10, please, please. Okay, it's green. Oh, did I put that back in the, it's a book that feels like summer again. I think I put it back in there. I knew I was missing a tag. Okay, spin, spin. Dig, dig, dig. I want red. Not orange, I want red. Red's my favorite color. Oh. It's another spin thing. It's making me spin. I'm gonna put that back because spinning is boring if you do too many spins. Okay, in we go, in we go. I'm not gonna look, it could be any color. It's green. Start or finish a duology. Yes! Actually, that is perfect because the book I've really been wanting to read is the second book of a duology. At least I think it is. I don't think it has a 3rd book coming, so I'm gonna close my eyes. Does it show it now? No? Okay, here's my face. Going, going. Why won't it show it? You're being stubborn, camera. There you go. Okay, and that book is the second book in the Floating World duology. Here it is, by Axie O. I bought this recently because it just came out. The Demon and the Light. And look at the cover, look at them, they're so cute. He's so handsome and cool. He really is cool. That was like the big sell point for me of that first book. I was like totally swooning over this guy. Perfect, nice little book boyfriend. Okay, yes, that's 10 books. That's nuts, but we're doing one more because I'm crazy. Okay, the 11th book of my November TBR. I wonder which ones of these I'm actually gonna read. The last book says, a book with a 3.5 or less Goodreads score. Oh man, okay. Can you see it? I think so. My eyes are in there and it wants to focus on them. Okay, so I'm gonna have to open up Goodreads and wish me luck. I'm not looking up all the books I don't have on my Goodreads wish list yet, but according to my Goodreads chart, I don't have any of the books that are rated below a 3.5. But I do have some right in that zone, like 3.52 or 3.51. So I'm gonna choose maybe between one of those books. And one of them is Holly Black's Book of Night, which I believe I have on one of my cards. Yeah, here it is. So there is this. and that is an option. And a little bit more above that, I have one on my shelf back there, The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I'm not gonna go get that one. There's also the Song of the Six Realms is also not rated super high, but I think the cover is so pretty and I like it. So that's an option. And any other ones that are down here? I did just get The Magician of Tiger Castle, but that one's a little higher than the other two. The other one on my shelf, like I said, is the Lev Grossman one, and Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. The Wicked Years, #1. Actually, that's the lowest one. That's lower than the other two. Let me go grab that one real quick and I'll compare them. Okay, so I have my 3 book options right here. And first, I have The Song of the Six Realms by Judy I. Lin. This is another Asian fantasy, and I believe it has musical ties, so that's exciting. Then I have Book of Night by Holly Black. It's not well received by some people, but the description to me sounds really good. Then there's The Wicked, which I'm one of the people on the planet who has never seen Wicked. And I want to see Wicked, but I told myself I'd read the book first, but I've never read the book. So that really does make me want to read the book. However, looking at, you know when a book has like font like that, and you're just like, this is gonna take me forever to read? That's how I feel about this book right now. Let me see, I have 3 Asian inspired books, so I'm not gonna get this one this time because I already have 3 Asian type fairy tales in my choices for this month, which is nuts. So, sorry, back you go. Between these 2, this one is definitely thinner, but doesn't mean it's smaller when I look at the font. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Wicked, The Life and Time of the Wicked Witch of the West, because then I can get myself to watch the movie, and that is something I've been wanting to do and meaning to do. Okay, there we go. I've done it. I've chosen my TBR. Let me stack this all up and show it all to you. All right, here we go. Let me get this list for you. This stack, I mean. Here we go. These are my November books. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books for the month of November, my birthday month. I'm so excited. Let me go over them real quick with you. I have a middle grade, The Shadow Throne by Jennifer A. Nielsen. A book featuring dragons, Soul of the Sword by Julie Kagawa, which I'm most excited about. A book with a printed edging, and I have A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang. A paperback that's on your TBR cart. I chose The Weary Traveler by A.K. Caggiano. A book with a building or a house on the cover, and I chose The Whisperwicks, The Labyrinth of Lost and Found by Jordan Lees, illustrated by Vivian Tope, because there are pictures inside. Choose between 3 Book of the Month spins. I ended up choosing Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. A book by an author you've never read before, Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Guthrie. A book that feels like summer, My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. A book with a 3.5 or less Goodreads score, Wicked by Gregory Maguire. Random Letter Generator chooses your author's last name. I chose This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. And start or finish a duology, The Demon and the Light by Axie O. So these are my fantastic books for the month of November. I hope you have a fantastic reading month ahead as well. if you want to just take time for yourself and do something fun that's cheap and easy, reading a book is always the way to go. I feel like now more than ever, people really need to just take that time for themselves and find some kind of happiness. And for me, I always find my happiness inside a book. It's the one thing I can do when I'm stuck at home. I can still have an adventure. I can still see a new place because I can always just open up a magical new world in a book. And I hope that you can also find joy that way too. I hope everyone is safe and happy and healthy for the holidays up ahead and all that jazz. All right, bye.